Damn. This is a painful loss for the Raiders. This is definitely a painful loss for the Raiders. They blew a 17-point lead and had a chance to win this game and blew it again. First of all, before we even get into this game, I'm going to say it right now. Analytics are going to get some coaches fired. Analytics is definitely going to get some coaches fired. We saw it happen here again. The Chiefs win this game 30-29. Raiders were able to score. They chose to go for two. First of all, Kansas City chose to go for two when they were up 7 to try and make it a 9-point game. They failed. Kansas City gave them a prime opportunity to make sure this is tied. They go down the field and they score a touchdown. It's 30-29. Instead of just taking the extra point, they go for two because of analytics. They don't get that two. And now they've lost 30-29. These analytics are going to get coaches fired. Y'all gotta stop doing this, man. The over-reliance on analytics is really costing y'all games because some of these decisions are just not going your way. It's just not going your way. It's going to cost y'all jobs. Anyway, this game was crazy. Raiders were up early, 17-0. We all knew the Chiefs were going to come back. It was just a matter of time. We were wondering how the Raiders were going to respond once the comeback came. Would they still be in this or would they end up just crumbling? They were still in it. So they take an early 17-point lead, and then all of a sudden, Mahomes, the offense, got it going. Mahomes tonight was sensational. 4 touchdown passes to him. All 4 of those touchdown passes were to Travis Kelce. Every time I feel like somebody can come up there and take that mantle as the best tight end in the game away from Travis Kelce, he does this. Man, it's tough. 4 touchdowns, bro. All 4 of those touchdowns were in the red zone. He was virtually unguardable in the red zone. It was crazy. Now, there is a concern for Kansas City. That is the field goal situation. Because I believe Buckner's still injured. Because he got injured in week 1. So they're just going to have to figure it out until he gets back. If he does get back. But yeah, the field goal issues are still there for Kansas City. But they don't really, hopefully it's not a problem for them down the road. They don't need to worry about it now, but down the line, they're going to have to worry about that. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, offense was sensational. Patrick Mahomes and this team pulled off the 17-point comeback. Eventually took the lead at 24-20. The Raiders, after blowing this 17-point lead, they go out there and get a field goal. And it continues to go back and forth. And they get a field goal. It becomes a 24-23 game. And we're just going at it. It's coming down to the wire. This game was amazing. Chiefs get the ball. They end up going down the field. And again, they just score a touchdown. That's when they choose to go for 2. They fail to get it. Now it's 30-23. Next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom. Touchdown to Devonte Adams. Speaking of Devonte Adams, oh man, he had an amazing game, bro. He had an amazing game. The first touchdown of the game was on 4th down. It was a 4th down play, and Derek Carr just got it out there to Devonte Adams, who was open down the field, got the touchdown, and that's how they kicked off this game. So they striked first. Yeah, Devonte Adams was great in this game, but I know he's so frustrated because ultimately, this game came down to him making that play and getting that catch and getting both feet in bounds, and he just didn't. So yeah, it's a 30-23 game. They go down the field, score a touchdown, make it 30-29. They choose to go for 2. Doesn't work out. Now you put your defense out there. Defense has to make stop. Kansas City has the ball. All they got to do is kill the clock. They're up 30-29. They got to kill the clock. Unfortunately, they end up having to pump the football back to the Raiders. So now the Raiders have an opportunity to go win the game. They're marching down the field. They're going down the field. Next thing you know, 3rd down and 1. Derek Carr throws it to Devonte Adams, who looked like he made the catch, but instead he bobbled it on the initial catch, and then by the time he actually maintained possession, his left foot was out of bounds. 4th and 1. Pressure was coming, and I was looking at the Chiefs and saying, you got to just send everybody. On 4th down here, send everybody. Blitz, send the pressure, and force Derek Carr to make a quick decision. That's exactly what they did. It worked out, and that's why they got the win. Yeah, for Derek Carr tonight, Derek Carr was great tonight. I mean, he made a lot of great throws. It's games like this that make you sit back and think, hey, Derek Carr is underrated. But at the same time, he didn't get the win, so yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, Derek Carr was nice tonight. I think both quarterbacks really just played well. Mahomes definitely played sensational. Derek Carr played a great game. Offense was just killing it for both teams. Defensively, plays were being made. But this game is again going to be another game where we have to sit back and talk about the officiating because the refs were just awful, man. They're just missing calls. You're missing holding calls. You're missing face mask calls. You're getting bogus calls out of nowhere. We had yet another terrible roughing the passing call. Really, roughing the passer. Seriously. Chris Jones hits Derek Carr, basically strips the ball from him, and they're going to say, roughing the passer. I mean, at this point, I don't know what you do, man. This is what's killing the integrity of the game. How can these defenders touch the quarterback? How can they sack these quarterbacks? How can they hit the quarterback? You have made it so difficult, NFL. And everyone's looking at Roger Goodell, and nothing's going to change. Goodell's not going to do a damn thing, okay? He's not going to do a damn thing, and he's not going anywhere because he's making these owners so much money, they don't really give a damn. So it's so frustrating for these defensive players. They just don't know what to do. Like, how are you supposed to go at the quarterback? They've created all these rules to the point where it's like you can not even touch the quarterback. You can't touch the quarterback. You can't sniff the quarterback. You can't even make eye contact with the quarterback without it being called roughing the passer. Like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do in this situation if you're a pass rusher? If you're going after the quarterback, how are you supposed to get him down? Like, at this point, these defenders are going to start thinking in the back of their mind, if I really go at him full speed and knock him down, they're going to call a roughing the passer. That's a 15-yard penalty. I'm not trying to hurt my team. So they may try to ease back. But if they ease back, they're going to potentially give up a play. And that's not what they want to do. So what do they do in this situation? The league needs to figure it out. Figure out what you want to do regarding this situation. Either come out via video, rules, whatever you want. Come out with a solution that can help these pass rushers completely understand just exactly how they're supposed to sack these quarterbacks. Either come out with something that can solve this issue or just switch to flag football and two-hand touch. Because at this point, you can't touch the quarterback. It's ridiculous. But yeah, other than that roughing the passer call, the refs were just awful. Refs were awful all weekend. There's so many terribly officiated games, so many terrible calls. My God, the refs are just looking worse and worse as the weeks go on. It's just garbage. Oh, my God. But beside the refs, it was a great game. One can make an argument that this was the game of the year because, man, this was competitive. AFC West showdown came down to the wire and came down to the last play. And, man, that last play definitely hurt. Devonte Adams, at the end of the game, man, he had his helmet. He just took it off and he started slamming it. He was pissed. He was pissed. He did not come to Las Vegas to be 1-4. I just don't know what to say about the Raiders, man. This is a crushing loss. This is the best they've played all season. In my opinion, this right here, this game is the best they've played all season, and now they're 1-4. This was the best performance they've had all season against a team that's a Super Bowl contending team. Divisional rival in your division, a divisional rival in the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the AFC favorites to get to the Super Bowl. Wow, I'm just messing up. One of the AFC favorites to get to the Super Bowl. Your divisional rival and one of the best teams in the league. You play like this, despite the fact that you're 1-3. You play like this. You play so great, and you lose? Man, that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. If you're the Raiders, man, you got to be feeling it, man. You really got to be feeling it. This is a tough loss, and, I just don't know what to say. It's very possible, with the way the AFC is, it's very possible that the Raiders season could very much be over. However, who knows? Because when you look at the AFC as a whole, there's only two teams that are 4-1. The Bills and the Chiefs. You got a bunch of 3-2 teams like the Ravens and such, but you look at the AFC North, there's only one team over 500. The Ravens. You look at the AFC East, there's two teams over 500. Actually, no. Because you got Bills, you got the Dolphins, and I believe the Jets are also over 500. They're what, 3-2? Yeah, I think they're 3-2. Because they won. Yeah, they're 3-2 because they destroyed the Dolphins. So they're 3-2. So you got three teams in the AFC East that are over 500. The AFC South, I think you only got one team, and that's the Titans. Um, maybe the No, the Jags are still under. So I would say, yeah, I don't think it's nearly as bad as it looks right now. They're a 1-4 football team right now, and things do not look great in terms of making the playoffs, let alone trying to win the division. But their season's technically not over yet. I wouldn't count the Raiders out. They were in a tough situation last year, and they fought back late in the season to push to make the playoffs. They can still do that, and they can still do that, and they still have a chance to make the postseason. However, these are the type of games you got to close. You blew a 17-point lead. You blew a 17-point lead. You can't do that. If you're the Raiders, you can't do that. You can't blow a 17-point lead. You just can't. You can't blow a 17-point lead in a situation like this. Against a team this good, you cannot blow a 17-point lead. That will cost you. And now they're 1-4, and they're trying to figure things out. I just don't know where they go from it. Devonte Adams, he still looks visibly pissed, man. He looks, oh, wow. He pushed the cameraman. He pushed one of the cameramen. Oh, man, Devonte Adams is so pissed, bro. He just pushed one of the cameramen. As he's heading back to the locker room, he just pushed one of the cameramen down. He's heated. Oh, he's heated. Devonte Adams is so pissed right now. He is not in a good mood. He went from Green Bay to Las Vegas, from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr, and Derek Carr played well. But he's on a 1-4 football team. He didn't sign up for this. He did not sign up for this, and it's visibly showing. Wow, he's pissed. I didn't think he was that pissed, but he is definitely pissed. So push the cameraman like that down? Yeah, Devonte Adams is pissed. So yeah, Raiders are 1-4. Chiefs are 4-1. Nothing else has changed. The Chiefs and the Bills are at the top right now. Then you got teams like the Ravens that are right there below them, just a tick below them, trying to figure it out themselves. It's still a long season. Raiders can still turn this around, but man, it's going to take a lot of effort, and they need to go on a winning streak because they have to fight their way to a 500. They're 1-4 right now. You got to win the next 3 games. I don't know when their bye week comes up, but they got to be at 500, man. They got to fight. They got to fight. They need to go on a winning streak fast, or otherwise their season is done. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Congrats to the Chiefs for overcoming a 17-point lead. And yeah, it is what it is. With that being said, that is all I've got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.